Good day. Welcome to Upland Integrated National High School School-Based Management Report SBM Validation 2021 as we show you the journey of our beloved school for the past 3 years since school year 2017 to 2018, 2018 to 2019, and 2019 to 2020.
Indicator 1. The curriculum provides for the development needs of all types of learners in the school community.
Here's another tabular presentation of the system implemented for Indicator 1, where you could see the MOVs needed for the input, process, output, and communication. For the input, we have here the depth order on K-12 curriculum, learning competencies, such as curriculum guide or CG, budget of work or BAW, and other learning resources. For the process, MOVs that are available are the seminars attended by the teachers as well as conducted slacks about the K-12 curriculum implementation. Inventory of the learning resources in school, the crafting and submission of DLLs, DLPs signed by the master teacher and the school head. Included also are the students' portfolios, reading assessment report, teacher's portfolio, indicating the school-based monitoring tools used on the assessment of learning outcomes and different intervention programs to address the needs of all types of learners. There's also the developed intervention programs and instructional materials proposals for the output, and submitted them to the master teacher and school head for reviewing and checking.
Legal basis on curriculum and instruction.
The legal bases that are properly followed by our school are the Department Order Number 8 Series of 2015 Policy Guidelines on Classroom Assessment on K-12 for the Basic Education Program, the Department Order Number 36 Series of 2016 Policy Guidelines on Awards and Recognition for the Basic Education Program, Republic Act 10533, an act enhancing the Philippine Basic Education System.
Curriculum Guide.
All teachers are guided with the learning competencies needed by the learners to provide the sufficient time for mastery of concepts and skills.
Budget of work.
Teachers made budget of work that includes teaching strategies, activities, and time allotment for an effective teaching and learning.
We teachers crafted learning resources in different subject areas such as Project Lear, LR Nagkarlan Landmarks, Self-Module for Grade 11, Oral Communication, and LR in Physical Education, Larong Gawi. This Project Lear aims to inculcate the value of reading and comprehension among learners. LR Nagkarlan Landmarks.
Ang layunin ng learning resources na ito ay upang maipakita ang mga makasaysayang lugar at istruktura sa bayan ng Nagkarlan.
Self-learning module for grade 11 aims to enhance learners' speaking skills. Learning resource in physical education.
Collection of traditional games in the province of Laguna.
Learning resource in Araling Panlipunan. SLMs, textbooks, LMs, and TGs. We teachers attended seminars, SLAC, DISLAC, about the K-12 curriculum implementation. Inventory of the available learning competencies, curriculum guide, and budget of work and learning resources in school. Crafting of DLLs and DLPs.
MOVs, Table of Specifications and test questions.
Table of specification. Test questions from 2017 to 2020. Sample learners portfolio. Reading assessment report Phil-Erie from 2017 to 2020. We teachers crafted our teachers portfolio from 2017 to 2020. List of intervention programs.
Intramurals, math camp, project, writers, and speakers.
Here is the tubular presentation for Indicator 1, Level 2. It consists of input, process, output, and communication. It contains the MOVs of the checked daily lesson plans used in COTs, class observation and post-observation reports, documentation of teaching-learning activities, and utilization of learning resource materials.
DLPs of accomplished COTs from 2017 to 2020. Class observation reports and post-observation from 2017 to 2020. Documentation of teaching learning activities during the classroom observation. Records of utilization of available learning resources.
LMs and textbooks are distributed by grade level and utilized by subject area.
School-based monitoring results on learning outcomes, the MPS.
For the Level 3, we conducted several LAC sessions on teaching learning process facilitated by some of the best speakers from other schools and districts. The entire process and output of the said LACs and trainings were well documented as you're about to see them.
School conducted LAC observation on teaching learning. We, the staff and faculty of Upland, attended this LAC on capacitate teachers on pedagogical content and knowledge, K-12 teachers facing challenges, year 2018. 2019, we attended school-based INSET. Last January 2020, we attended SLAC on the guidelines on the teachers' time allowances. Indicator 2. Implementation of localized curriculum.
Here is the tubular presentation of Indicator 2, Level 1. For input, the inventory and records of the utilization of available learning materials. Process shows the checking of inventory of learning resources. Output shows the feedback on the learning resources. And communication is about posting of inventory of available learning resources in the school info boards.
Inventory of available learning resources, SLMs, textbooks, LMs, and TGs. Inventory of learning materials. Records of utilization of available learning resources.
Sir Richard Mako, the property custodian, conducted the inventory of learning resources and checked the available learning resources in the library.
For the Indicator 2, Level 2, you will be seeing the presence of the contextualized learning materials used, including the least mastered skills and the like. And for the process, the crafting of the project proposals and its implementation for the strategic intervention materials for the least mastered skills. There's also the compilation of the localized curriculum for the output and the updated inventory of learning materials with analysis and interpretation of data.
Performance level of learners in the utilized contextualized learning materials. Compilation of localized curriculum. Updated inventory of LMs with analysis and interpretation of data. List learned skills or competencies by grading period through item analysis.
For Level 3, here is the tubular presentation. For the input, the MOVs of the list of interventions and innovations implemented in Upland Integrated National High School. Process shows the involvement of parents in the implementation. Output shows the documentation, and communication is about posting of the documentation of the interventions and innovations implemented.
These are the list of interventions and innovations implemented.
1. Student attendance monitoring, SAM. 2. SIP grade.
Teachers crafted action research. These are family reading bingo and talahulugan sa bread and pastry.
Ito ang talahulugan ng mga salita na ginagamit sa bread and pastry production. Layunin ng pag-aaral ng talahulugang ito ay alamin ang mga salitang teknikal at kahulugan nito para sa pagbuo at ebalwasyon sa talahulugang Ingles, Pilipino sa mga katawagang teknikal sa bread and pastry production. Ang pananaliksik na ito ay inaprubahan ng ating mahal na District Supervisor, Ma'am Rhea B. Gutierrez.
Here's another tabular presentation of the system implemented for indicator 3, where you could see the MOVs for each column. For the input, you will be seeing list of the learner's profile as well as the teacher's portfolios. For the process, the MOVs show how the reports and profiles are being prepared and the crafting of intervention program to address the learner's needs. As for the output, the school had come up with an approved intervention plan and posted it for implementation.
Learner's performance profile. MOVs, Form 137, rating sheets, and MPS. Form 137 from 2017 to 2020. MPS from 2017 to 2020. Rating sheets from 2017 to 2020. And card from 2017 to 2020. Teaching Learning Support System, PPAs implemented. We teachers crafted our RPMS from 2017 to 2020. School conducted a faculty meeting, so attendees signed for the attendance. Faculty meeting attendance from 2017 to 2020. Copy of Professional Development Plan, IPPD, from 2017 to 2020. List of 4Ps. List of dropouts from 2017 to 2020. We teachers crafted our teachers' portfolio from 2017 to 2020. Also, we teachers crafted action plan per subject area from 2017 to 2020.
For Level 2, in Indicator 3, here is the tubular presentation. Input contains the approved intervention plan. Process shows the implementation, utilization, and evaluation of the intervention program. Output contains the documentation, and for communication is the posting of the innovation and intervention program in the school info boards.
Monitoring tools in the conduct of innovation intervention. Zip grade. Student attendance monitoring or SAM. Evaluation and monitoring results basis for action research. Reports on classroom teaching and learning evaluation. Awards in Honor Society. School conducted different activities, so attendees sign their attendance during activities. After every quarterly exam, we teachers crafted analysis of test result through item analysis. Test result from 2017 to 2020.
Here's another tabular presentation where you could see something about work immersion, which is done by the grade 12 students in preparation for their new path after the senior high school life. Also, it includes the CL project crafted by some of the teachers and a program for mentoring and coaching using the classroom observation tool or COT. The concerned teachers, with the school head, conducted careful plannings and evaluation before the implementation of the innovation projects. Each program that has been done and implemented was well documented and once published in our school paper for the learning and understanding of the school together with the stakeholders.
Work immersion, real-world experience at senior high school. Work immersion report. CI project or the 555 project. Mentoring and coaching program. COT files from 2017 to 2020.
Monitoring of learning systems.
Here is the tubular presentation for Indicator 4, Monitoring of Learning System. For Level 1, it consists of input, process, output, and communication. Input contains the MOVs of the tools used in assessing students' performances. Process shows the crafting, preparations, accomplishing, and implementation of the assessment tools used by the teachers. Outputs are the validated assessment tools and results of the assessments, and for the communication, it involves the feedbacking process, recommendations, and suggestions.
Here's another tabular presentation where you're about to see the MOVs for DLLs with differentiated instructions, localized instructional materials used in teaching, localized and contextualized DLLs, DLPs, samples of quarterly tests with the results, and other assessment tools to be able to gauge the learner's understanding. Also included are the classroom observation rating of teachers focusing on classroom instructions.
For Level 3, in Indicator 4, input contains the MOVs of the differentiated instruction used by the teacher. Process shows the assessments and monitoring of students' performances. Output is the identified best practices in the innovative assessment system. And communication is about the awards and recognitions received.
MPS of test result. Performance rating of learners.
Crafting and accomplishing of grading sheets.
Drafting and preparation of demo lesson for COT.
Grading system.
DepEd Order Number 8, Series of 2015. DepEd Order Number 36, Series of 2016.
Class assessment report or card.
Students' report card with their parents' signature.
To assess learners' ability, teachers use different assessment tools.
Test papers, rubrics, students' portfolios.
Crafting and preparation of test questions. Periodical tests.
Implementation and utilization of the assessment tools.
Posting of assessment schedule. Check items with parent signature.
Field area results. Remedial program. Test results or item analysis. DLL, DLP with differentiated instructions.
Song composition. Film viewing and role play.
Rubrics used for differentiated instruction. Localized DLL, DLP. After crafting of assessment tools, teachers submitted it to our master teacher and principal for review.
DLL, DLP with different classroom strategies and techniques. Test materials, assessment activities with the rubrics.
Appreciating learners' hard work and sacrifices. They are given awards and recognition.
Giving awards and recognition to top students.
Propose innovation on the school assessment system.
Propose innovations on the school assessment system.
Indicator 5. Assessment tools for teaching and learning.
In this tabular presentation, the MOVs that we got are the results of different assessment tools crafted by the teachers to measure the understanding of the learners, such as formative and summative tests, quarterly exams including the mean percentage score per subject area, and an assessment tool for reading which is called the Philippine Reading Inventory or PhilERI, wherein it is conducted twice a year, one at the beginning of the school year and before the year ends.
Performance rating of learners from 2017 to 2020. Our master teacher and principal used classroom observation tools in observing demonstration teaching, and they crafted observation report. We teachers use assessment tools to measure learners' knowledge. Assessment tools such as test questions, item analysis, MPS, from 2017 to 2020, and reading assessment or PhilERI from 2017 to 2020.
For Indicator 5, Level 2, it also consists of input, process, output, and communication. It contains the MOVs of the different strategy and assessment tool for differentiated instruction.
Rubrics for differentiated instruction. Copy of approved action plan per subject area. Intervention program.
For the Indicator 5, Level 3, most of the MOVs present here were already presented earlier, but this one includes the action research, patiently crafted by some of the hardworking teachers of Upland Integrated National High School. There are MOVs for innovations on the assessment system, such as zip grade, wherein teachers need not to check the test paper one by one. It was reviewed and validated by the master teacher and the school head in order to know the effectiveness of this kind of innovation tool.
Action research. Innovations on assessment system. The zip grade. Record on involvement of parents in the development of school policies and procedures. Upland Balik Eskwela. Assessment progress report. Report card. Indicator 6.
Implementation of school programs aligned with depth admission, vision, and goals.
Here is the tubular presentation for Indicator 6, Level 1. It also includes the input, process, output, and communication. Input shows the MOVs of the important part made by DRRM in the safety of every learners. Process shows the crafting and formulation of SDRRM organizational chart. Output contains the best practices in the implementation of the DRRM Crisis Management Plan. And communication shows the documentation of the best practices.
Our DRRM coordinator and members posted signages on safety and security of person enter in our school premises from 2017 to 2020. Also, from 2017 to 2020, they posted memorandum policies and procedure on safety, child-friendly, and security of our learners. Displayed of crisis in order for the learners to be aware of hazardous area in school premises from 2017 to 2020. School-crafted management plan, DRRM, and formulate organizational charts of SDRRM teams from 2017 to 2020. Members of DRRM posted emergency directories from 2017 to 2020.
Here's another tabular presentation for Indicator 6, where it includes the student's handbook crafted by the guidance counselor headed by the principal, Child Protection Policy Program and DRRM programs and committee, and the way they are designed and implemented were all documented.
Student handbook. It includes the following: proper conduct, discipline, and infraction. Guidelines on school, safe, secure, and child-friendly environment. Legal basis of DRRM and child protection policy.
File or copy of accomplishment report of the implementation of policies and procedures on disaster preparedness, child protection policy, and the likes.
Here is the tubular presentation for Indicator 6, Level 3. For input, it shows the MOVs of the disaster management activities. Process is the consolidation of the feedbacks made. Output shows the identified best practices, and communication is about awards and recognitions.
These are the photo, video of the crisis disaster management activities from 2017 to 2020. The following are the report on Guidance Office, Advocacy on Child Protection from 2017 to 2020. Guidance Report on School Policy Guidelines. Indicator 7.
Development of holistic curriculum for learners.
For Indicator 7, MOVs present are for Citizen Charter, where it includes the process of early registration, hiring of applicants, enrollment for transferees, ERF processing, and the processing of Form 137 and other school documents.
Draft of Equal Opportunity Policy for Out-of-School Youth, SPED, and IPs. Posting of Citizen Charter from 2017 to 2020.
And here is the tubular presentation for Indicator 7, Level 2. For input, it shows the policies and procedures that promote inclusive education. Process shows the implementation. Output shows the evidences. And communication involves posting of best practices showing policies and procedures on learning environment and equal opportunity policy.
Here is the documentation report of learning environment policies and procedure implementation from 2017 to 2020.
For the last tabular presentation, for Indicator 7, Level 3, evidences for the continuous monitoring and evaluation are well documented with quarterly joint consultative meeting of the school and stakeholders through State of the School Address, PTA, GPTA meetings, and constant home visitation to keep in touch with the learners who need special assistance for the improvement of their performances.
School conducted a continuous monitoring and evaluation on the development of learners, and they crafted an evaluation report. The following are the stakeholders' quarterly feedback through PTA meetings from 2017 to 2020. Lastly, home visitation. We teachers conducted a home visitation for the student who shows lack of diligence in studying or other reason.